Hello kids, this is Teacher Peter. Welcome to a fascinating and interesting grammar lesson. Another one in our very remarkable lessons in English. So if you're learning English, you will definitely find this lesson really helpful. Alright? I know this type of grammar lesson might sound serious, but learning effectively to use conditional will help you in the practice of the language. It's going to help you also to express yourself clearly and to be really creative with the English language. Conditionals are really common, okay? Native speakers use them all the time, so if you start paying attention, closely attention, you are definitely going to notice this. You're going to notice the sentences structures as you read, and even if you're listening to it, you will hear it more often. So in this video, we're going to be focused on the zero conditional and also in the first conditional. And we're going to talk about the difference between them. And more importantly, when you should use one and when you should use the other one, because that could be a little confusing. So enjoy this lesson, and with no further ado, let's take a look. So I'm going to assume that you know most of the basics about conditional sentences. You have seen these in 5th grade. So if you study grammar, it gets easier. If you practice every day, you will improve. Good. If I lived in an English-speaking country, I would be fluent. Yeah. If I have known how useful English was for my career, I would have paid more attention to it at school. Yeah. So each of these sentences has an if clause and a main clause, but there are some differences between them, especially with the verb tense and time references. Alright? So none of these changes the meaning. One of them is a fact. Another is about the present, but it's an unreal present. Take care about this. Another is about an imaginary past. Today we're going to focus only on these two, the zero conditional and the first conditional. The zero conditional is also called the factual time or the real conditional, because we use it to talk about realistic things, truth, general truth, fact, things that can be real in the world. Okay? We also use it to talk about habits. All right? We're talking about rules. We can talk about even instructions, and they are the result of something else happening. So, in other words, if it happens, then this is a result. Okay? In a matter of speaking, it's a fact. It's the truth. It's, let's say, it's just how it is. It's what happens. So let's take a closer look at what it looks like, because it's really simple. Really simple. Take a look at this. We use the present simple in both clauses, in the main clause and in the if clause. So now, what does it say about if or when? When to use it? Can we use it in the if clause, or can we use it in the main clause? That's a good question. In the zero conditional, we can use either if or when. Okay, there's no problem about it. In the if clause and in the meaning with either word, it's pretty similar, as you can see it in this example. But if we use if when there is a chance that what is going to happen might not happen as well, it's okay. That's where the problem comes, because we need to know exactly when the result would be. So back to forming the zero conditional, let's look at these few examples to walk you through it, okay? When the sun sets, it gets dark, okay? If you leave milk out, it spoils, okay? If the power goes out, we can watch TV. Well, that's a shame. So these are all facts and truth, right? Now, what about this sentence right here? In winter, it's cold. Is it a zero conditional sentence? It's a fact, it has the present simple verb, but it's not a conditional sentence. Can you tell me why? We don't have two clauses. It is a fact, but we don't have the condition and the result clause. So it's just a sentence. It's the sentence that is in present simple, but it's not a condition. But what about this one? If it's go, light the fire. Now we got a condition and the result. So this is a good example of how the zero conditional can be used to give instructions. Alright? So I'm using the imperative form to do that. Remember, we were reviewing this imperative back in the days. So I'm telling you what to do through an instruction. So we also use the zero conditional to talk about rules. Children can swim if an adult is with them. And we use it to talk about habits, like this one right here. If it's hot, I go to the beach. Okay? So this is something that I usually do. Is that a habit? It is. It happens every day. Can you see how in all these examples, the two separated parts of the sentence are connected? Well, you can connect those through a comma, or you can connect it through the conjunction. In this case, the conjunction is if. Okay? So the if clause occurs when the present simple tense is right there.
What is a conditional sentence? Well, a conditional sentence is a sentence you use to express about a cause and effect. That's it, kids. Bye-bye. Just kidding. But to be real, there are many types of conditionals. But the first type that we will learn here is the zero conditional. The formula is if or when, simple present verb, then simple present verb. But what is it used for, you ask? We use zero conditionals to express facts, rules, and things that are 100% true. So, for example, check out this sentence. If you heat ice, it melts. Is this a scientific fact? Will the effect happen 100% if the course happens? Then this is a zero conditional sentence. Let's try another example. This time, let's play a game. Let's play tic-tac-toe. If you get the 3 crosses in a row or 3 O's in a row, then you win. If you can, then you lose. These are the rules, and this is also a zero conditional sentence.